What's up, everybody? Dylan here, bringing you another battle with that same team from the other day. A bunch of my tried and true Pokemon put together onto one team with that new custom Flygon thrown on at the end there. So here we have a battle against X-Duck, and it's hard to tell what he's going to lead with. He might end up leading with that Uxie. Um, but other than that, I don't see any other standouts. Clefable's another choice. I'm just gonna go ahead and lead with Melodic here, just because it can take pretty much anything that isn't Skeptile. Um, and he does end up leading with Uxie. So I'll Scald here just to see what he's gonna do. What sort of no, I'll go out for Crobat in before Rock, so is good. Um, and now I'll Taunt up. Um, see what. Alright, so he was gonna go for the Trick Room. I'll go for a Super Fang here. Hope he doesn't go into Cofagrius. He does stay in with Uxie, but he U-turns out. Um, and we'll see who he sends in to take on this Crobat. I just the last battle I got into a pickle, and Crobat saved me, so I'm really happy with this Crobat right now. And he goes out into Cofagrius. I'm going to retaunt so that he can't set up or anything. And he also went for the Trick Room, so now I'll just Brave Bird away as he goes into Glaceon. And I don't know so much if I don't even think Glaceon gets Trick Room, but I don't want to stay in with Crobat with that Glaceon over there, so I'm going to switch back out into Melodic. Because Melodic takes on Glaceon pretty well, and he predicts that, goes out into Uxie so that he can set up the Trick Room, and I'll just have to weather the storm here. That's pretty much the best that I can hope for. It's only 5 turns that he has, and so I'm pretty much just gonna have to stick with Melodic here and go play defense. So I'll go for a rest right off here, but he goes for a Toxic. So I'm not going to be able to go to sleep that turn. Oh, I can, actually. I thought that I needed damage, not just a status. So yeah, I fall asleep. I'll go for a Sleep Talk here as he switches out into Clefable. We'll see what kind of Clefable this is or not, because I pull a Dragon Tail, and Druddigon comes out now. He's got 2 turns left on his Trick Room, and I Dragon Tail out that Druddigon, and Skeptile comes in, which is quite scary because I don't think that Melodic can survive a Leaf Storm or anything from Skeptile, or any strong grass attack from Skeptile. I don't even know what they carry, but I'm pretty sure that at this low health, Melodic can go down, so I'm gonna have to switch on out, but for whom is the question. I'm going to go with Crobat. And I know that I'm going to have to take those rocks, the damage from the rocks, and he ends up setting up, so I guess that I could have stayed and just gone for the rest. But now I'll be able to outspeed, hit with a Brave Bird to do a steady amount of damage, all of it, and take down that Skeptile before he can really do a lot with that Swords Dance, and by a lot I mean anything, because he did nothing. And yeah, I'm gonna roost up instead of over predicting. And he doesn't switch this time. He does go for the Ice Beam, which proves to be almost fatal. So now I'll have to switch out into Melodic. He goes for another Ice Beam, and wow, that's a very powerful Ice Beam. Even resisted, it did 25%, which puts me in not surviving range. I Sleep Talk, pull a Scald, and he goes for the Ice Beam. And at this point, Melodic's slow enough that I'm pretty much just gonna have to stay in and hope for something good, like a Dragon Tail, and then something slow to come out. I don't know if I can outspeed this Uxie for the rest or not. We'll see. And I do outspeed and get the rest, because he probably has, 0 speed due to him being a Trick Room Uxie, and now I have to weather this offensive storm again. Go for another, just keep going for Sleep Talks, obviously. He U-turns out into Clefable, who's going to get hit with absolutely nothing because I pull a Rest on the Sleep Talk. It's a Flame Orb Clefable, interestingly enough. Why? I could not really tell you. Must be a special attacking Clefable. That doesn't want to get paralyzed. I guess. That's the only thing that I can really think of. And so he goes for the Wish, and I assume that he's going to pass that out into Uxie. I'm going to go for a Scald here. But nope, he passes it on to Glaceon, who's not going to be able to receive it. The Scald does take down Glaceon, and Clefagrius comes in. And I don't really know what Clefagrius has, but he only has one turn of Trick Room left, so I can just go for a Scald here. And he does go for a Nasty Plot, which is less than good. But he's now slower than me, so and my Awake, I have full spec defense, and alright, he resets up Trick Room, so he can do, heavy amount of damage with his attacks and outspeed, but he can't quite 2-hit. If I pull a burn on this last Scald here, then that would take him down. But I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna go for the Rest here and play it safe. He predicts that, goes for the Nasty Plot, setting himself up even further. But I should be able to, weather the storm again. He's got 2 turns left. Oh, and he gets this sped up drop. So yeah, there's no chance of that happening now. But he's probably gonna go for another Shadow Ball. I'm going to switch out into Porygon 2 to take that. And ignore the fact that it even happens, just like that, because I'm immune, and there's no more Trick Room, and I have the Spec Attack boost, so I'm just going to go for an Ice Beam to try to take down this Clefagrius, but he switches out for Clefable, which is probably his special wall, and I don't know, was it his Clefable that had Toxic? I don't remember. No, it was Uxie that had Toxic, okay. I don't really know what his Clefable has. Wish, obviously, but who he would pass it to, I'm not exactly sure. I'm just gonna go for another Ice Beam here. He tricks me. The Flame Orb. Okay, now the Flame Orb makes more sense. Alright. So I'm burned and minus my, my Eviolite, so the defensive capabilities of my Porygon are now very little, so I'm going to just stay in with the Spec Attack boost and continue to use that to my advantage as long as I can. I get a crit on that Ice Beam. That's a pretty critical crit, actually. Haha, critical crit. But, it's going to matter quite a bit, because that means that I can take down this Uxie, and that's one of his Trick Roomers out of the way. But, I'm crippled defensively with this PZ, so I'm just going to stay in and keep Ice Beaming everything. And his Clefagrius survives, not by much, but survives and gets to set up a Trick Room, so I'll finally get to see what his other attack is. It seems to be Hidden Power Fighting. Even without the Eviolite, I still survive with just a teeny bit of health, and he goes ahead and switches, or takes me down with that burn after I take him down with the Ice Beam. So now I have to assume that he's, probably going to go into Druddigon, I guess. I have no clue which one he's going to go into. I'm going to go into Aerodactyl and hope that I can, finish either one of them off with Aerodactyl. And just what attack I go for is dependent on that. So he goes into Clefable. I will go for the Earthquake, which should take down Clefable just like so. And now he switches out into Druddigon. And I'm just gonna stay in and keep going for the EQ. I don't know if he can Dragon Dance, and if he can, I don't really want him to do that because then he'll outspeed my Flygon and take me down. Um, I'm I'm just gonna stay in and go for the EQ. That's pretty much because Ice Fang is a weak enough attack that even super effective, it's hardly more powerful. It's 65, so ends up being 130. You know what? Yeah, I guess that's worth me switching out into Crobat to scout what I'll scout what he'll do. Um, he's gonna Hone Claws. Okay, interesting. And receive that wish. So I think I'll go back into Aerodactyl. Go for the Ice Fang and see if I can. I guess Druddigon doesn't get Dragon Dance. One of the few with Flygon that doesn't get Dragon Dance. So I'll go back into Aerodactyl and go for an Ice Fang to do a little bit of damage, but he outspeeds me. I am very confused. I have a Choice Scarfed full speed Aerodactyl and he just outsped me. Ooh, does he have a Quick Claw? No? Oh, it was. Oh my golly. Wow. Alright, I should have seen that, huh? That it was still, Trick Room. I didn't even notice. That was a poor observational skills on my part. And that could have just cost me this match. We'll see. I'm just going to straight up go for the Outrage here. He predicts this, goes for the Sucker Punch, and can't quite get rid of me with it. He does go down to one hit from the Outrage, though, which gives me the victory with this Flygon left and Magneton and Melodic for the 3-0 victory. This team's been doing fairly well for me. I think I've only lost one battle with it so far, and that was late last night. Rating would be unreflective of this because I have a handful of alts on this that I was playing on it with too, just like PO. Anyway, so yeah, that was this battle, and now it's 1 a.m. and I'm really tired, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, keep coming back, and I will keep putting up more. Au revoir.